Hi, and here's hard dare I do. I call Leaf Green Fight Dead Guy. In this dare, I get to use just green plants with leaves you eat. If you not know what this dare is, please look at first film of this dare. You can do that by click on top right thing on your screen. If you not have time though, I give you rules now, but in not one sound only words voice. I'm only allowed to use leafy green plants. I'm not allowed to buy power-ups, level ups, plant food, or use the Zen garden. I'm allowed to skip levels where all or some of my plants are pre-picked, including conveyor belt levels. I can't interact with pre-planted plants. I get to place one sunflower on produce X sun levels. I'm allowed to modify rules mid-challenge. Now just a couple things before we start. Your support and feedback is individually valuable to me. Every comment is read and considered. Also, there are now more ways to support me. If you're interested, stay until the end of the video. Thanks for all you do. Now let's get on with this adventure. Frostbite caves is something I've been very concerned about since the conception of this challenge, for reasons we will discuss as the video continues. Fortunately for us, day 1 has just a couple of minor gimmicks. It introduces the slide tiles. These tiles push zombies into other lanes and prevent plants from being planted on top of them. This tends to be more useful than detrimental for us, because it funnels zombies usually into fewer lanes, cutting our sun cost down a lot. Day 1 also shows us that these zombies are built for the cold weather. Iceberg lettuce no longer freezes zombies, it only slows them. This isn't too big of a problem, but it does make our cheapest plant a far less reliable stalling utility. Day 2 introduces the gimmick that had me most worried about this world, the chilling winds. These winds blow in and begin freezing our plants, eventually making them into ice blocks that we have to break open. The good thing about our plant selection, however, is that bok choy and head butter lettuce don't only attack in front of themselves, but also behind. This means that we can break open ice blocks by placing one of these melee plants in front of an ice block, and it will break it open. Not only this, however, these melee plants aren't protected from the ice by themselves. Fortunately, though, 2 adjacent melee plants can protect each other to an extent. The rear plant releases the front, and vice versa. This isn't also well, however, because even just 2 bok choys can only protect their own lane, and it costs a whopping 300 sun. In any case, day 2 is a chilling breeze, except that in my first attempt, I accidentally broke rule number 4 and used a plant food on a repeater. Day 3 is the first of many conveyor belt levels, and even though I'm allowed to skip conveyor belt levels, I like to give it my best shot if the level provides us with a leafy green, but this level only gives us hurricane. How could it even be possible? Well, you see, the slide tiles in this level push all zombies up to the top lane. With enough luck from the conveyor belt, and good timing and knowledge of how these levels work, you can stall every single zombie from the level until the final wave, and just let the beaver mower take all of them out at once. This level was not easy. It took tons of practice and research to play this level perfectly. After 9 attempts and over half an hour, I was able to complete it, and that's just the 3rd level of this world. Day 4 is our introduction to the hunter zombie. The hunter throws ice balls at our plants, causing them to freeze quickly. This is irritating since a majority of our plants are melee, so our front lines will always be the ones getting frozen. However, head butter lettuce does a good job of breaking the ice and releasing our front lines again. Day 5 is another conveyor belt level, introducing pepper pole. This level does give us leafy greens though, so naturally I gave it a shot. But this level is so difficult without pepper bolts. Zombies swarm almost immediately, and without pepper bolts to melt the pre-planted plants, there's no shot of keeping up. Or so I thought, but with lots and lots of practice with this level, I got better and better over the course of a couple hours. I learned the level, what zombies spawn where, plant chances, and limits on the conveyor, and when and where the winds come. Eventually, all my strategizing and practice paid off, and I beat the level. Day 6 pre-picks most of our plants for us, but we have 2 slots to fill. I knew this level wouldn't be so easy, so I went with head butter lettuce and iceberg lettuce as my 2 picks. We are fortunate enough to start with a couple of frozen sunflowers. I do have to break them open, but it should be worth it in the long run. Because of the high power of head butter lettuce and the spare sunflowers, I was able to beat the level first try, albeit after losing 3 lawnmowers. Day 7 introduces the Yeti imp. Nothing significant. We pass the level with ease, and then go to day 8. Day 8 is yet another conveyor belt level, and another with leafy green plants. We get to play with bok choys and hurricanes. The bok choys are our only source of damage apart from lawnmowers, and the hurricanes are a phenomenal source of stalling, especially since they can push zombies onto the rear slide tiles and funnel all zombies into the middle lane, ripe for mowing over at the end of the level, or just stalling indefinitely with more hurricanes. Day 8 took a good 30 minutes, and we can move on to day 9. Day 9 is a pretty basic level that introduces the dodo rider. The dodo rider can fly over plants and slide tiles. usually, but I'll get into that in just a bit. It also has a high enough health that a bok choy has a lot of trouble taking it on alone. One notable thing is that Hurkale can instantly kill a dodo rider as long as it's in the air. This is important because sometimes we can't block a dodo with a plant. Another notable thing about the dodo rider that I still haven't figured out exactly is that sometimes it is affected by slide tiles, but only, it seems, after it has been knocked back by a charge guard, and only sometimes. It is very inconsistent, but this does really help because sometimes it's a lot harder to deal with a dodo rider, and being able to funnel it into the middle lane or wherever really helps. Anyways, day 9 gives us no trouble, and before we move on to day 10, we're gonna have a little quiz. Complete this sentence. Day 10 is another conveyor belt level, an incredibly difficult level, a level I never want to play again, or all of the above. You guessed it, all of the above. Day 10 is a conveyor belt level that I of course gave a shot. It gives us a plant to use, but just one. It gives us Charge Guard. That's it. I sat myself down and worked at this level for a long time, and, as per usual, researched the conveyor belt drop rates and learned the zombie spawn patterns. Now you'll notice that partway through this run, I lose my most valuable lawnmowers. This may lead you to think that this attempt is done for, but something I learned about Charge Guard in this episode is that it actually deals damage. Minuscule damage, mind you, but it does deal damage. This means with enough Charge Guards, I could even defeat a Gargantuar. Now, I did somewhat intentionally cheat on this level, using a 3-peater to block a snowball from a hunter zombie. Overall, I don't think this was a make or break decision. I managed to stabilize pretty quickly afterwards, and I think if I hadn't done this, I still would have been good. But I panicked, and I can't be bothered to gamble on winning this level again. After all, it's a conveyor belt level, and according to the rules, I can skip it anyways. Feel free to try it yourself though, but after a lot of waiting, we can finally move on to day 11. Day 11 pre-picks most of our plants, so I could skip it, but it gives us Charge Guard by default, and I noticed that the slide tiles are positioned to funnel all zombies into the bottom row, so I decided this level should be possible. I brought Hurkale to do easy stalling in the bottom lane, and bok choy to be my damage dealer. This level is 4 flags, and it also introduces us to blockhead zombies. These are literally just bucket heads but a little bit stronger. My first attempt didn't go so well. The ice was too overwhelming, so I decided to switch to head butter lettuce for my damage dealer, and the level was not nearly as hard, though the ice still made things a bit of a struggle. Day 12 is the last stand level. It took a few tries to get used to the chilling winds, making sure to place head butter lettuces at the right times so that they could break each other out of the ice blocks was the biggest challenge. Day 13 is a flower line level that also has a Gargantuar. The level was overall easy, but I also decided it would be fun to kill the Gargantuar with only Charge Guards. Even though it was my first try, this made the level take about 15 minutes to beat. Day 14 pre-picks all of our plants and gives us 2 leafy greens, Hurkale and Charge Guard. This level could have been impossible had the slide tiles not funneled all zombies into the middle lane. This allowed me to use Hurkales and Charge Guards to stall through the last wave and use the middle lawnmower to finish most of the level. Day 15 is a 4 flag level with 2 endangered pepper poults. This made the level fairly easy since I didn't have to worry so much about my plants freezing. Day 16 is a doozy. I do believe this level is possible, but you'd have to get insanely lucky. If you manage to get only Charge Guards throughout the level, you'd be able to stall zombies in the bottom row for the entire level, even without lawnmowers. However, after 11 attempts, I had to try something else. I tried for a few easier strategies with only leafy greens and pea shooters, only greens and pepper poults, but nothing really worked out, so I eventually gave in and beat the level as intended. I do invite you all to give it a shot, however. Let's say 1,000 people try this level 3 times after watching this video. That would be 3,000 attempts. Surely someone would get lucky enough in that time to stall all the zombies and beat the level. Anyways, time for day 17. Day 17 gives me a few pre-planted plants, and the fume shrooms are invaluable as piercing plants. The slide tiles funnel zombies a little bit, which really helps with the crowd control. I beat the level first try. Day 18 is a conveyor level, and the first one in this world without any leafy greens. I'll be honest, I was really hoping that all the conveyor levels in this world would be possible. But this world overdoes it on conveyors so much, I should have known that it wasn't feasible. Day 19 gives us pre-planted frozen plants, most notably 2 twin sunflowers. It also pre-picks all but 3 of our plants, so we choose iceberg lettuce, Charge Guard, and head butter lettuce. Thanks to the twin sunflowers, we have a plentiful income and can beat the level first try. Day 20 isn't really anything special. The slide tiles set us up kind of nicely to funnel the zombies, and we beat the level first try. Day 21 is another conveyor belt level without any leafy greens. I didn't bother beating it with just pea shooters because I didn't feel like it. Just kidding, who do you think I am? I forgot on my first run, and going over the footage, I realized I needed to replay with only pea shooters. It wasn't too difficult, and I'm glad I went back. Day 22 has 3 pre-planted guacodiles. for some reason. It's only near the very end of the level that we release some of them from their icy prisons, so we don't even see them getting used. We beat the level first try and get to move along. Day 23 is a Protect the Endangered Plants level. We have to protect 5 char guards in the almost back row of the level. It also gives us 3 twin sunflowers to profit off of. My first attempt was not well planned, so I had to try again, and the second attempt was successful. Day 24 is our first sun production level of this world, and the last. It was actually a pretty difficult level by itself. It took me a few tries to get the strategy right, and then after a lot of waiting, we were able to beat the level. Day 25 is, you guessed it, another conveyor belt level. No leafy greens here, so we will move on to day 26. Day 26 picks Rhodobaga for us, and it starts with 2 pre-planted frozen sunshrooms. Other than that, the level is fairly easy, however long, since it's a 4 flag level. The sunshrooms really helped with income, so sun was never really an issue. Day 27 is a Protect the Endangered Plants level, giving us 3 Rhodobagas to protect. The level is 4 flags long, and it gives us Gargantuars and bullies pushing frozen imps to deal with. These are really the only threats to our defense, and the reason that I lost the first attempt. I just wasn't prepared for so much high health stuff coming through, and I had to try again. My second attempt went much better as I was able to stabilize versus the bullies, which gave me room to prepare for any Gargantuars that came my way. Day 28 is another last stand level, this time with Gargantuars. For the most part, this level didn't give me too much trouble, as long as I managed my sun well and had patience with my sun. Day 28 was the last relevant level, since day 29 is a pre-picked plants level with no leafy greens. I did beat day 29 with only pea shooters though. The Zomboss fight does give me charred guards, but that's it, and unfortunately, they don't attack at all until there are zombies on screen, and zombies won't spawn on the screen until a plant attacks. So it's a total stalemate with charred guards, and I had to play the level as intended. I tried with only pea shooters, but I couldn't find it in them to have enough firepower to beat Zomboss. That's all for today. But stick around if you'd like to watch the rest of the boss fight and/or chill with me. I'd like to start off our chill session with a reminder that channel memberships are now available, starting at $2.99 per month. There are only a couple of benefits at the moment, but stay tuned for more, and feel free to give me suggestions. If monthly subscriptions aren't your jam, however, there are lots of other ways to show your support. Super chats, super thanks, and super stickers are all ways that you can support. And lastly, I have a merch store that you can check out, linked in the description. Be sure to give me your feedback and suggestions on the merch as well. I also understand if you don't have money to support me. That's no worries. Sticking around until the end of my video is more than enough support, so thank you. Be sure to leave a hashtag LVZFC in the comments section so that I know you stuck around for the whole video, and I'll see you hopefully next week for the next GMems only episode in the Wild West. Bye.